Why does this feel so weird all of a sudden? The internet isn't real.
Glow up tips from the prettiest girl in the world. Don't
How to
believe
beat
me?
school
Go check my
without
pin
makeup.
video. But
If you feel like every
let's
time
start.
you go to school,
And
you
that
look
really is me.
completely
That was
different,
when
and
I
you
was
need to
when I was
know
8.
how to the way you look when you left the house. Take it first. Step 1 is you intention. Step 2, make everything right. Once you look down,
I was going to film a, like more kind of like shits and giggles video, like, oh, reacting to this, doing that, whatever. But I feel like I haven't made a more like kind of serious video in a long time. So today, I'm here to tell you that the internet isn't real. When I was 13, I think 13 or 14, that was when I started to break out and get acne. And I would look for every video on the internet, how to get rid of acne overnight, how to get clear skin in a week. And acne is definitely something that I talk about a lot on this channel just because it is something that I struggle with, both like physically and mentally, because it does take a toll on, my mental health. And yeah, ever since I was, 13, 14 years old, I have been trying to find this one solution, how to get rid of it. And I still find myself, I fall into rabbit holes on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, how to get rid of acne, how to get rid of this, how to get rid of that. The truth is, you can't. And that is something that, like, I mean, obviously we understand it, but we still watch these videos and we believe these things anyways because we think, okay, like, if it works for somebody else, then it works for me. But what we aren't realizing is that we're all different people. So it works for somebody, it doesn't always work for you. So to come back to my main topic of the internet is fake, we spend so much time on the internet trying to be inclusive, but we're really not that inclusive. And I don't want to get hate for saying this, but I think that it's the truth. I've seen it's been said a lot about like body positivity. We always have this, like, we love body positivity for, the bigger girls. But then when you see, a skinny girl, we're not so much body positive towards them. And that's an argument that I see a lot on the internet personally, just, the side that I'm on. And that is something that I can relate to myself, because I've had people, say to me, like, do you even eat? Are you anorexic? Like, you need to eat more, etc., 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 that type of thing. And so, while as the internet we like to say, we're so inclusive and we're so this and we're so that, if we're so inclusive and if we're also open-minded, then why are we so judgmental towards people? I think that everybody is beautiful. I really do. I think that everybody is beautiful in their own way, and everybody has, their own unique features that make them beautiful the way that they are. But you always see the same people, the same looking girls or guys going viral on TikTok just for being attractive, right? We're not inclusive, because if we were inclusive, there would be, a different looking person going viral every single day. And I'm not talking about like your race or, your hair color, your eye color. I'm just saying, like, just people who look different. Like, you're not this conventionally attractive being. Like, I don't need to see another blonde girl with blue eyes and a button nose and these beautifully plump lips going viral again. Don't get me wrong, she 100% is absolutely gorgeous, but it's just like, why are we gonna sit here and say that we're so inclusive when the only people that we are inclusive towards is these conventionally attractive beings? And now coming back to my main topic of how the internet isn't real, you know, that affects like everybody else, because that's affected me, that's affected people I know, that affects people like you guys, you know, because we look at these people and we think that we're supposed to look like them. And I know, I speak from experience all the time. I see it. Even my own friends, I look at my own friends and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why don't I look like that? Why don't I have flawless skin? Why doesn't my hair, you know, have that, you know, body to it, that, you know, wonderfulness? Why doesn't my nose look like that? You know, why don't I have her body? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? It's normal to compare yourself to people, but because of the internet and because of social media, that has been like multiplied by 1,000. And now we sit here and we're like, oh, like, I'm supposed to look like this, I'm supposed to do that, I'm supposed to do that. There's an argument that I stand by, and I've said this in one of my videos before. I don't think that it's right for children to be wearing makeup. And when I say children, to me a child is still like a 12 or a 13-year-old, okay? When I was 13 years old, and although I know that that was, you know, years ago, but when I was 13 years old, I was playing with my American Girl doll, and I was, you know, playing outside, drawing with chalk on my driveway. Did I have a phone? Yeah, but it wasn't my entire life, you know? I didn't even know what mascara was. I didn't own an eyelash curler until I was in my sophomore year of high school. I didn't own mascara until I was in my junior year of high school. It's just crazy to me the way that the internet has taken over everybody's lives to the point of children aren't even children anymore. It's one thing to do it for fun, because I remember, you know, yeah, growing up, I would go into a store like Claire's and I would see like their little toy makeup and I'd be like, I want that, whatever. But I wasn't, you know, going out every day with this, you know, full face of makeup on. I don't even think I wore a full face of makeup ever. Even when I had a big event, I think I cried when my mom tried to put makeup on me because I just didn't want to wear it. And it's just crazy to me because I see like these kids, you know, not even just young girls, but even like young boys, and just the things that they're doing, because it's normalized. It's normalized because of the internet. Because we look at these kids who are like 12, 13 years old and we're like, okay, yeah, like, we have to do that too. But it's not real. Everything on the internet is fake. Everybody with their perfect skin, their perfect hair, it's makeup, it's filters, it's edited. None of this is real. None of this is real. Even I myself, there have been an abundance of videos where I'm barefaced, no makeup, no mascara, no anything, my hair's not even done. But there's also an abundance of videos where, yeah, I have mascara on, I did my hair, I got ready to make a video, because I know that when I look more presentable, more people are going to be like, let's click on this video because she looks pretty. Let's watch this video because she looks like a conventionally attractive being. Because when we see somebody who doesn't look like a conventionally attractive being, or somebody who doesn't look like they got ready for their day, we don't feel the need to pay them any mind or give them any attention because we don't think that they deserve it. Which is fucked up, but that's how the world works. And I speak, you know, from experience when I say this, because it took me forever to blow up. And even when I have blown up on things, it hasn't been because of my looks. It's always been because of something that I said or something that I did. You know, it's not because I was just this gorgeous person and people were going viral, and I was going viral just because people thought I was beautiful. I was going viral because I made a relatable TikTok. You know, my first viral TikTok, I was talking about an Olivia Rodrigo song, okay? And it wasn't because I was, you know, gorgeous. I actually got hate comments telling me that I was ugly, you know? My second viral TikTok, I was relating lyrics from a Conan Gray song to my own life, you know? Yet again, I didn't go viral because I was pretty. I went viral because I was just being relatable and I said something relatable, you know? And yes, while we all want to go viral and we all want to be famous and we all want to do this and we all want to do that, it did take a toll on me because I was kind of like, okay, so I can only go viral when I'm relatable. But I can't go viral for being pretty, which then leads me to think, so I'm not pretty. And listen, this isn't me fishing for compliments. This is me just trying to level with you guys and, you know, give you guys firsthand perspective, because I'm sure that there are other people who've gone through the same thing, even on YouTube. Guys, the reason that I have the subscribers that I have is because of Sing If You Find Them Attractive videos. I have millions of views. Millions. 5 million views on a stupid YouTube short of Sing If You Find Them Attractive. 5 million views for that. If I wanted to get views a few months ago, all I had to do was just post one of those videos and boom, 1 million views. Boom, 2 million, 150,000, 700,000, 4 million, 1 million, 2 million, 7 million. It was as simple as that. Now, I won't lie, I'm flopping at the moment, and I literally can't even get past like 2,000 views on a video, which is ass, but it's okay. And, you know, seeing that I couldn't, you know, get viral or get subscribers or followers just because I was pretty really made me think that I wasn't. And it doesn't help, too, that I you know, got in a bunch of hate comments, but that's not what this video is about. But, you know, seeing that, I was kind of like, okay, so so you think I'm ugly. But coming back to my main point, you know, the internet, while it is a big, huge place, okay, it doesn't mean shit. It does not mean shit. Somebody who can look like an amazing person on here can be the worst person in real life, okay? And you know what? I act a certain way on here. And it's not to say that I don't act that way in real life, but it's just to say that I know there's an abundance of people who don't like me who would go on to say that Victoria Ammo, yeah, no, she's a bitch in real life. While I don't think that's true, and while I think that I am a good human being, I'd like to think that I'm pretty nice, there's an abundance of people who would probably tell you that I'm not. Even though I think I am, and if those people are telling you that, then they're fucking lying because they're bitches. Sorry. But it's fake. There's a lot of people on here who, you know, you're like, oh yeah, these seem so great, but they're not. They're really not. You know? And not even just that, but there's some people who, you know, we look at and we hate on, but it's like, you don't know what they're going through. Because on the internet, we only post what we want to post. I used to be really vulnerable on here. And I used to post everything. Everything I was feeling, everything I was thinking, everything. But, you know, I slowly realized that, well, first of all, I realized that, you know, my ops, you know, they be lurking. They be lurking. And I also just realized that people don't really like vulnerability that much. You know, especially on here, if you're vulnerable on here, it's not like the other platforms, you know? You will get made fun of a lot more rather than, you know, people relating to you or understanding you. And so that's why a lot of people, you know, they put on a mask and they act a certain way and they try and be funnier, they try and be more relatable, or they try and be more of this, try and be more of that. Because at the end of the day, everybody's main goal when they start doing something on the internet is because they want to go viral or they want to get famous, you know? And while we can all sit here and say that we don't care about that, deep down there's a part of us that does. And I know, because I was one of those people. I was like, you know, I don't give a shit if my videos don't get views. I'm just gonna keep posting, whatever. I don't really care. But I do care. I do. I just, you know, can't let anybody know that I care because that doesn't look good. So, totally skewed away from my topic, but the internet is a load of bullshit. Nobody looks the way that you think they do. Nobody acts the way that you think they do. People are fake. People are fake. And while there's an abundance of them that are real, we see so much fakeness that we don't even believe the things that are real. And that is something that I forever stand by. We throw so much bullshit out into the world that when somebody comes to us with something that's real, we think that it's bullshit. So, a reminder that, you know, things on the internet are not real and you are beautiful the way that you are, and you don't have to look like that fucking copy paste TikTok girl, because who wants to be fucking copy and paste? Who wants to be copy and paste? Being copy and paste doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. It's a waste of fucking time. You don't need to be a copy and paste. I don't need to be copy and paste. You know, it doesn't mean fucking shit. I think it's really good for people to take breaks from the internet, and I speak from experience when I say that there was like a solid 4 years where I wasn't on TikTok. And let me tell you, it was great. It was great. It was fucking amazing. I didn't have social media until I was about 16 years old. Yeah, about 15, 16 years old. And I don't regret a thing. I really don't. I feel like, and I'm sure people will probably disagree, but I feel like I kind of am able to differentiate what's real from what's fake. And I feel like, you know, not being on social media for such a long time kind of gives me kind of like the upper hand on just being more real with you guys. I don't know, maybe that's probably not worded the right way, but so yeah, I'm sorry if this video made no sense, and I know that it was really random, but I just have been wanting to kind of make a video like this, so I'm happy that I did. So yeah, if you want, like, subscribe. I'd be really happy to know if you guys liked this kind of video. I'm gonna go with you probably didn't, but if you did, please let me know. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys a lot. Thanks for watching.